For it will be
Welcome to God's Universal Wisdom. I am Apostle Lafayette Cabell. And I'm glad you tuned in today because there's some things I want to talk to you about. There's some things in life that's going on right now before us, while we present here, and it's gonna be here after us. There's some things we're not gonna change. But I did find one thing out in life that that you are able to change your own ways. You're able to change your life. So let me talk to you a minute from the thought of let's see what I come to you about. Okay, to the thought of why it's important to be you. Why is it important to be yourself? It's very important that you be you. But today, if you ask the average person who they are, they will tell you what they think. The but really don't know who they are. Really don't know the things they really like. And before we get into all this, let me just deal with a word. It's called comparison. Comparison. Now this we was just brought into um, through mankind, through society. Uh, you're not at fault, but once you learn things in life and you can change things, and you come to find out, hey, the things I've been taught, I find out today that they just wasn't right. You know, to the basic natural things, people. All right. So let's talk about comparison. Comparison denotes, from the Webster Dictionary, says the act or process of comparing. The act or process of comparing. It also denotes the representation of one thing or something alike, meaning things that are similar. You know, you look like, it looks like, it feels like, it tastes like, similar. Things in common, if you please. Comparison also denotes identity of features. Y'all remember that part. Identity of features. Okay? It also denotes a similarity. The adjective or adverb to denote different levels of quality, quantity, and different levels of relation or relationship. This is what comparison is. So, you know, when you're born, people compare you. They want to see who you look like. Uh, they want to compare you to, is this baby cute as the rest of the babies? You know the little simple things we do that we find ourselves doing because others have done it. Others we looked up to, others that love us, and we love them. But when we compare, we lose ourselves. You lose the very essence and the very let me see, the very essence and the very strength of the mental fabric that created you, and that's God. Like, we become tainted, watered down, weakened, because when we're not being ourselves, we're being something else, or someone else, or these characters. Have you noticed how many characters you actually have? We call them characteristics. I call them characters because they are so powerful in their own right that it can actually, one characteristic can actually dominate the other. You know, and that's not really too good because that's where you lose yourself. You lose yourself, but it's very important that you be yourself. And I want to talk about that because this teaching or Apostle Cabell can actually be mistaken or mistaken by what's being said today. I did not say you to be yourself, and it's, you know, that's just me. You know, that's just, you know, that's just a part of me. You know, the things we say when we on a defense. Oh, that's just me. That's just a part of me. You know, that's just me. I'm just being me. Let me explain something to you. You became what you're being. So that's not just you. Just like you have characteristics of different things, like me. I have the characteristics of my father and my mother in the natural. Um, and I'm compared to God knows how many, including the devil. I'm compared to him at times. When people are full of the devil, they compare you to the devil. When people are very ignorant and unlearned, they compare you. Everything's the devil. Everything. How ignorant is that? That we gonna leave that alone. We gonna leave that alone. But the comparison of which of your own life and the things that you're supposed to be doing in life according to God. Let's just talk about this for a minute. God never made one thing the same, one thing another. Everything he even made, created, and spoken is different. Yes, there's the sun that dominates the daytime and the moon that dominates the night, but one has different, one doesn't look like the other. One doesn't even have the same temperature. They even, they're separate, but they have their own identity. Now, when God had you in mind, this is what I mean by the mental or the essence of the fabric of God's mind. Now, he loved you and he was so pleased with you. First of all, he allowed you to be here, to be manifested on the face of the earth, above ground, alive. Secondly, when he came to you, when he thought about you and allowed you to come, he thought about your characteristics. He thought about your attributes. He thought about how you would look, which shade of color, if you please, you would possess, and what home would you grow up in, and what region would you hail from, and he took you got to really see this thing, because he really took time out, and you're something special to him. So can you imagine if you just took time out with someone you love and you wanted to please them, and you've done your very best. I mean, you've done your homework. You did all you had to do. I mean, blood, sweat, and tears, almost to you almost stressed out because you wanted this thing to go over properly, and or someone have done that for you, and what if they say, "Oh, that's nice, but I'd rather have McDonald's," and you don't labor and you shopped and you put this whole thing together, and every day you did this, from the rising of the person when they wake up, there is the provision for them, you know the life, the health, the strength, what I mean, like, all through the day, to protecting this one thing from all the hurt, harm, and danger that can destroy them, from the seen as well as the unseen, all because we was taught, or I want to be like somebody else. When you want to be like somebody else, you're saying to the creator, the divine divinity, people, you're saying, I'm displeased in what you've done. I'm displeased in what you like. I'm displeased with this. I'm displeased. When you unlearn and you ignorant, you blame God for not having what the next person has. Or you blame the devil, or you blame your job. You blame any and everybody because you have nothing to compare it to what this person has. So you upset now because you don't have the rims on your car. You don't have this time, or this shape. You don't like this sister because she wears tight clothes. No, it ain't because the clothes is tight. It's because she's wearing that outfit. And as a female, you get jealous, and you'll call it the devil or whatever. You just mad because you can't wear it, or you don't even have the courage to wear what you want to wear. Why is it that people with earrings, or people with whatever your funk is? Why is it that somebody can have something on, or a person name, can just rattle you? They come up in the church, and you like, first thing you go negative on somebody because of what they have on. You know, like we compare ourselves all the time. We don't feel we blessed and highly favored. We don't feel we prosperous unless we have things. And that all came from comparing though. You wouldn't be chasing this whatever you're chasing if you never was groomed by the hands of comparison. So we grew up in competitions all our lives. And you wonder why you struggle from time to time. Because since we've known life itself, let's say when you little and you go to school, these things called grades. That's comparison. If it's more than one sibling in the family, the parents are going to compare the next one. Why are you not like this one? Why you don't do this one? I fell victim to that too. But I come before you today and to let you know there is a way to live with very minimum comparison. Judging comes through comparison. Judging. Your likes and dislikes came through comparison. Well, how can you live without comparison? You can't, because that's what they teach from birth. But from the very person hands that hold you, they gonna pass a judgment on that child. Why they holding them? Because they gotta check them out and see if they don't have an extra finger. How? Why is this so? Why is this so difficult for you to receive different? Why is different so offensive to mankind today? Why, you look at people, everybody that's different is in our mouths. They're in our conversations. Different. I tell you who always get talked about. I laugh. I said, she's something special. Is that Lady Gaga? The way she dressing. But that's just how she is. And we can't look at it and acknowledge the fact that she's just being herself. What's the first thing we say when something is different? We either go on a defense or, you begin to judge it. But if you learn to stop judging you first and look at how great you are, how awesome it is to actually be you. Many, many, many people came and will come on the face of this earth disliking who they are. Just disliking me because I don't have this. I'm not as tall as this one. I'm not as small as this one. I'm not as fast. I'm not as smart. And it strips us of the very thing God gave us, and that's life. It strips us of life. We can't even understand. We can't understand anything when you can't understand the first thing. God did not give us a family. He did not give us a religion. He did not give us a job. He did not give us school. He did not give us none of that. He gave us life, people. First things first. You can't do nothing. You can't become anything without life first. What if you was a miscarriage? You'd have just been a forgotten event. A forgotten event. But no, God gave us saw it in His will, in His own heart, and His own desire that we will be alive, that we will come through this birth channel, these loins, and we will grow up to be, or give us extended time. And you upset because you don't have, and I was gonna come to you and talk to you about being grateful, but we're gonna talk about that, Lord willing, next week. But we gotta understand something. You outlived a lot of people. God is giving you time that in years, and hours, and minutes, and days, and weeks, and months. He's giving you that, and He haven't given somebody else that today. Have you thought about it? And then you're going to just get up rejecting you. You don't like you because, now you just, if you don't, if you don't get up and put that makeup on, God help America. And you first. We get up, we doll this flesh just to hide it. I understand it gives off an odor. We should wash and all that, right? But who's to say we didn't bring that on ourselves? Because I don't recall from the knowledge I know about in the beginning that it was deodorant. But, that's a question that no one knows. So I'll leave that. No one knows the real answer, so I'll leave that alone. You can't tell me what wasn't there and what was there and you wasn't there. No, you can't. No. But I do know from the facts that for sure that the first thing he gave us was life. Was life. And he looked at him and he was pleased with him. He said God said it was good. When he made man, it was good. And God is so beautiful. He's the greatest artist that ever lived, so he don't do anything the same way. It just doesn't happen. No same fingerprint, no same footprint, nothing. I mean, that right there alone should tell you how special you are. You have your own identity like no other. I don't care who you look like, who you sound like, who you remind me of. It doesn't matter. You are individually great. You are individually beautiful and awesome. And I mean, I know it's hard for some of y'all to receive this, but you make God smile. You make right, wrong, or indifferent. He looks at us and sees his handwork. He understands us better than anybody could ever. He takes time out every day, all day, to see that you're okay. Look how he sees you. He thinks that much of you. We are on God's mind. But I tell you what, God, we're on God's mind, but we need to have God on our mind. I ain't talking about walking around here like a religious nut. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying be conscious of life. Life itself. Life itself. This is awesome. You worried about, you upset because you couldn't make the play or you didn't have no monies and you upset. But you shouldn't be. You should just say, God, I thank you for this day. All that God has done for us all day, all this time, when our mothers and fathers and parents and guardians slipped on watching us as kids, God never took his eye off us. Come on. When the babysitter sneaked off to do what she did and left us in the house all alone, God still had his eye on you. God is mindful of you. So this is why our minds should be full of God. We need to learn to appreciate who we are. You're not a mistake, nor a rejection. You're here. You're supposed to be here. Enjoy this time, because it's not going to always be here. Enjoy the time. Follow what you love, and it'll bring you to your purpose. Follow what you love. I'm telling you. Because in a lie, because that's how we was living before we came to the truth. And it still lies that lies up in us. I don't care how much truth you have. So But in a lie, you could find the truth. You could find the truth. But in the truth, you lose the lie. And the lie is just that, a lie. We don't have to pretend. I don't have to be accepted by you, but I need to love on me. You're God's trophy. You're God's evidence and manifestation of love and action. And you don't like you? It's time to change. Start liking you. Learn to appreciate, you know, your fingers. People wish they had their hands again. Learn to appreciate your sight, your mobility. You know, learn to appreciate even the tenacity in your life and in areas and when you apply it to the things. Some folk have no motive, no motivation today. Understand, to be alive, you're still representing God. Like I said, I don't care what no one has told you, whether it's in a wrong state, a right state, or a misunderstood state. You're still representing God. So see God on you today. See God in your eyes. See Him in your heart. You know what I mean? See Him in your life. Understand you went through all that you went through to get here. The things you still mad at. It made you who you are today. Stop hating what's good for you and loving on the things that you should not have in your life. Let's start loving and appreciating everything that God allows to come through our paths. Whether it be to test us, it still was sent to make us. Whether it be to shake us, it still was sent to show us it can't break us. Just when you think it's over, it just starts to begin. Don't give up. Just grow up. Just look up. Just stand up, people. Stand up for you today. Not in your nastiness, but you're somebody's treasure. I meant the one who made everybody. God is in you. He's all up, all say. He's all on you right now. Take your mind off the things that is on. Dedicate the rest of this time on this day to just say, God, I'm gonna look at what you see in me. I wanna see you. I wanna see me the way you see me. Apostle said that you know, you love what I am, and you're there to help me from what I became. So let me honor you today, God. Let me honor you today. And let me just look at where you brought me from. Let me reminisce on how much and how you love me. Yeah, He loves you today. Through it all, He loves you today. I don't care what you have done. I've come to tell you as the mouthpiece of God today that He loves you, and it is essential that you be you. It's very essential. I ain't even get into what we're. Believe me, I ain't even get into the meat of this thing. I'm gonna have to come back. I just want y'all to know. I feel like that's enough for y'all to have, to something to ponder upon today and every day. Every day you're not gonna feel 100, but even the days you feel at 30%, there should be a slight smile behind whatever you wearing, saying, "Man, I'm somebody great. God loves me," and that's really all that matters. Cause some people don't have nobody, and us that do have people, you're fortunate. Be grateful. And being thankful and grateful are two different things. Very similar, but they are two different things, and I'm going to teach that. Stay focused today. Look at yourself. You know what I mean? I ain't saying go crazy with it, because, y'all go crazy with it. I ain't said that. But I'm saying look at how God sees you. You want to see love? Look at how God took care of you. I want to hear what you've been through. Come on, we all been through now. I've been shot, stabbed, and all the rest of that stuff too. So, come on. I've been, caught in adultery. I've been walked in on adultery. I've been through it all. I've been in behind the bars, been in the buildings. What are you saying? Everybody can say something. Everybody have what we call problems or situations and circumstances. I've been lied on too. Stop it. I'm not as loved as you think I am. Believe me. But God loves you today. Stay strong and understand just who you are is enough for God. That should be enough for you. God bless you. Again, I'm Apostle Lafayette Cabell from God's Universal Wisdom. I know you've been blessed if you watch this whole thing. Just know it's very essential to be you.
Because there's someone else that's worse off than you. Be grateful. Be grateful. Because there's someone else that loves to be in your shoes.